afternoon. We are back from holiday. We landed on Thursday morning. We set off from Greece at about 12 midday and arrived just past 1 o'clock. And it was a lovely, lovely holiday, but we jumped 2 feet back into mayhem as usual. So we kind of chilled out Thursday at Natalie's parents, and then Friday we woke up early, we got everything together, we drove 6 hours up to my mum's, picked up the animals, chilled for a couple of hours there, and then we drove a further almost 2 hours back home. So it was a full day of driving. We got back quite late in the end. So we ended up chilling out that night, and then Saturday we got up, tried to do a few bits, but we were so tired we just had no motivation. And then Natalie surprised me with tickets to go and see Fatboy Slim. So then we had to get a taxi all the way over to Halifax, and we saw Fatboy Slim, which obviously ended very late. We got home very late. And then Sunday we had a market at Ponderosa. It was a full day market at the zoo. It was a very, very slow start, I must admit. We were shattered. We also kind of just felt like it wasn't worth it until the last hour or so, where we actually sold the majority of our stuff in the last 2 hours, I think it was. And it was an okay market in the end. It only cost us £10 to do, so you can't grumble at that. And we sold £114.50 worth of stock, which is really, really good, but it felt like a hard slog, and it felt almost not worth it towards the end there. So that was Sunday, and then thankfully it was bank holiday Monday. So yesterday we tried to get on with some house bits, we still haven't unpacked our bags, we still haven't done any washing. I had to unpack from the market. The studio's a bit of a mess. It was a bit mental. And then today is our first day back at work, which is never a nice thing after having 2 weeks off. And I've definitely got the holiday blues. And we got up early, we walked Mabel, we then bought a Too Good To Go from Greg's, a little vegetarian one. We got some baguettes and some pastries, which was really nice. So that's kind of our lunch and dinner, because we've not got any food in at the moment. So that was good. It was only £2.75 as well. Highly recommend doing that and going on the app. Then we started work, and then at lunchtime we had to take Mabel for her vaccinations, and then we booked her in for a groom, and then we've come home and we're in the afternoon ready to go. Oh, and my scroller box arrived, so I still need to open that, but I need to tidy up the studio full of all my stock first. So it's really hectic. We're meant to have rounders training tonight, but it's just started raining, so we'll see whether they call that off because it's on cricket ground. And I'm already shattered and needing another holiday, it would seem. So it's very, very busy. This weekend I have a market, but Natalie's not going to be here, so my brother's coming around to help me with that. So it's all systems go. We have been manic. It's been really crazy and just very crazy. Very, very crazy. I'm trying to this week is going to be a hard slog to try and get my autumn stuff all prepared so that I can launch it at the end of September, because I'm a little bit behind on that because of the holiday, and I need to get that sorted as soon as possible so I can start working on the winter stuff as early as possible as well. So that's your update. I'm assuming you're just as tired as I am listening to everything that we're doing and have done. But I feel very refreshed. The camera's not picking up my tan, which I'm very disappointed about. This is probably the most I've tanned. My face from the first day was brown. I've tanned a lot. In fact, let me see if the camera picks up this. I don't know if it will. This is my arm. It doesn't look very tanned on here, but look at the difference. There we go. If I get it closer, I have the worst watch tan. But you're gonna have to just take my word for it. I'm very tanned. Very tanned, so I'm quite pleased about that, since the summer here seems to be non-existent. But yeah, I need to get on. We've got a lot to do, a lot to get going. Mabel's moaning for me to go and let her out, so I'm gonna go and let her have a wee, and then we're gonna get on with some bits, but I need to finish off work first, so let's do that. Morning. It's currently Wednesday morning. We've just taken Mabel for a quick walk. We're up nice and early. We've been trying to go to bed and read before bed and go to sleep at a really good time. So we're trying to get up early, make sure we're in a bit of a better routine, so we're not walking Mabel at all sorts of hours of the day. although our trainer used to say that we need to get her out of the routine, so it's really hard. But anyway, we're trying to get into a better sleeping cycle and making sure that we're getting up and walking her so that I can get some work done in the morning before my actual job. But I've laid out, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you, you're on a gimbal, let's tilt you down, there we go. I've laid out all my second stuff, and I've slowly been taking photos this morning. They're not like professional product photos like I would put up for my listings. They're just close-ups of some of the major defects and seconds, reasons why they're seconds, and then I'll put those up on a copied listing of the original with a big seconds wording at the end. But yeah, the seconds stuff is ready to go. I've not got as much as I thought. There's still a hefty amount, but there's not tons, so I'm going to be offering up to 75% off for most of these items. Some of them are really good, like this tumbler, for example. All that's wrong with it is it's a bit oversaturated, but the design and the print's perfect, so that won't have too much of a discount off it. However, when I was doing my big notebooks and printing them, I was testing them on 2 different materials. So I obviously do it on the soft, like fake leather material, but I tried it out on some linen style material, which went okay, but I didn't get the crispest print every single time. This one's fine, it's got a crisp print, it just doesn't have the extra vines and stuff on that I designed. However, this one is very faded. There's no detail to that design at all. So this first one will have, say, 30% discount, but this second one will be a C grade, so that'll have like a 75% discount off there. So if there's anything that takes your fancy, do keep an eye out for that. It's the 14th and 15th of September. I just need to get all these listings up, but we've got 4 tumblers with the rainforest design. One of them is oversaturated, the other 2 are just a little bit faded. They're still crisp, but they're just faded. I have one of this rainforest leaves tumbler. I have a ton of these A5 planner pads, and all it is they're glued a little skew from a manufacturer. I've got those notebooks. I've got a ton of pencil cases. Some of them are really crisp on one side, really good print on the one side. I don't actually offer this design at all as a full price product anymore. It was too difficult to get a crisp design. So this is the only way you can get them if you like this. The only difference on this is that one side has a slightly faded orangutan head there. So I think there's 2 of that. There's one that's a lot more faded on both sides, and then I have one where I was testing a different material, slightly less thick, and again that's faded. We've got those. We've got a whole range of sorry, I keep cutting you off because my arm's aching. I have a whole range of these magnetic bookmarks. Some of them are just slight colour differences. These ones, the top here, the paper at the top there is just a bit split, but the actual bookmark works fine and it looks fine. And then I have some where in my initial designs were a little bit too big, so they're a bit oversized. We have a few greetings cards where the print's either got a little speck on it or it's slightly skew. We have bandanas that are slightly faded in design. We have key rings that range from slightly faded edges to barely noticeable at all, or colour differences. So this is meant to be blue and it's green. What else? Sticker sheets where the stickers are just slightly miscut, nothing too major. Then we have some mugs as well. So quite an array of stuff. So if you do think you would like to have some of that, do keep an eye out and keep the 14th and 15th of September in your diaries. Right, I'm going to pop you down whilst we just chat about a few designs. Point you up, not down. There we go. So last night I spent a while designing my autumn stuff. So I did a painting last year, which was my mini pumpkin series. It was after I did my mini mushroom series, and that went really well. So I did a mini pumpkin series for autumn, and I just released the print. That's all I did with that. I didn't think it would be massively received and people would want to buy stuff, but I've slowly realised after all my small business friends that autumn is such a big month and people love it. So I'm going to use that artwork, and I have created a pattern. I've created a washi tape, and I'm just slowly designing all the rest of the stuff. So the washi tape's the only thing I'm going to get sent off to be manufactured. Everything else I think I'm going to manufacture here myself because I don't want too much of a turnaround. Because of the holiday, I'm running quite late with getting this autumnal stuff done, so I'm just hoping I can get it out at the end of September and it's not going to be too late. I'm aware I'm missing basically a whole month of this, but we shall see. But anyway, I've created the pattern and it's quite a dark, it's going to have a dark background. I'll spin you around in a second. It's going to have a dark background, but I quite like it. I think it's going to work really nicely. Let's spin you around. Let me spin you around. Okay, so this is the artwork. Sorry about the strobing. This monitor needs to go. I'm going to get a new monitor soon. So if you have any suggestions, do let me know. So this is the artwork that I did. This is it cleaned up. And this is the pattern I have chosen. So I'm putting on this really dark kind of umbery brown colour. It was the best colour that went for everything. Originally I really wanted a dark green, but because we've got some green in these pumpkins, it just didn't work. Whereas this dark autumnal umber colour works really, really well. Then we have, where is it? The washi tape design. So I'm in two minds. So we have this version where the pumpkins, obviously it looks very skew because these pumpkins are different heights. They've got bigger stems, less big stems, and it's really difficult to get them to line up without cutting off a stem, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to keep them within a safety zone to some degree. But we've either got this version of the design, or I'm thinking this version. Weirdly to my eye, this version where the pumpkins are half cut off top and bottom really is pleasing because you get more of the colour. However, obviously, let me go back. Obviously the version where the pumpkins are in the middle is better because you're getting a full pumpkin on every strip. So I've put it to a vote on Instagram. The pumpkin, this version here with the full pumpkin seems to be winning at the moment, but I've had a few comments where people are saying that the version where they're half cut off looks better. So we're in a bit of a dilemma. I'm hoping this vlog might go up before I order them, but I'm not sure. But regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I may have already ordered it, but do let me know. I'd like to know your thoughts. So that's that. So we've got those two things designed. I am then in the process of designing a sticker sheet. Not that, get rid of that. So this is going to be the backing of the sticker sheet, and obviously the pumpkins will be cut out on top of this, but this is just the backing. But I think it all looks really nice. It's tying in really nicely. It's going to be really nice to have a nice dark design in the shop. I've got a lot of light white and colour, or the bluey and greeny vibe going on in the shop at the moment. So it'd be nice to have a really dark autumnal colour, something a little different, but I'm hoping it's not too different from my current stuff, and it will all look nice and cohesive. And you can probably use this with the mushroom stuff as well. That would be nice to do. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Like I say, I've just taken some photos of all my seconds, so I'm going to start making the listings of those because the festival's not that far away. We have a market this weekend, like I mentioned, and next weekend is Natalie's birthday, so we're away for that weekend camping as well. So I've not got too much time before this festival, so we will have to see. But just thought I'd give you an update of what we've designed so far. Good morning, it is market day. I've just packed the car. I always look like a mess every time I do these videos, but I've got wet hair and it's not styled or anything, and quite frankly I'm not going to style it because that's just the way I am. But it is market day. We have the Kirkstall Abbey market this weekend. It is a 2-day event at the lovely Kirkstall Abbey ruins. I don't have Natalie with me this weekend. It's her mum's 70th, and so she has gone down south to go and visit her and have a lovely weekend. So my brother is actually meeting me to help me this weekend, which is lovely. Some nice brother-sister bonding. But I have packed the car. I'm going to have a quick coffee and then I'm going to set off, go and pick him up from the train station just next to the Abbey, and then we're going to get on with this market. I'm probably not going to film anything. I might film a bit of the setup, but I don't, as in once it's set up, but I don't think I'm going to film any time lapses or anything. And then I'll give you a quick brief rundown after today, and then we obviously have tomorrow as well. But I've not had to do any market prep, so I'm afraid there's no market prep in this vlog. That's purely because we did it all before the holiday, because I knew it would be hectic when we got back with 2 markets on the trot. So I didn't do any market prep. However, last night, and I didn't show it because it's not really business related, I play rounders for a rounders team called the Crossbank Cobras, and I made a bandana for Mabel, and then I had quite a few requests for some for our team, so I made a load of those. I think there's 6 in total, varying sizes, so I made a ton of those. So I need to make sure they get to the rounders lot this next week when we have a match. And that's it. Oh, I showed doing a bit of sublimation on this mouse mat, so it's a little bit blurred. It's not the best quality, this one, but I just wanted to test out my pumpkin pattern and how well it printed. It printed really well on this kind of like polyester style standard mouse mat. However, I haven't yet because I need to figure out how I'm going to buy it, but there are some PU leather, I can't show you because it's in the car. There's some PU, I'll stop moving as well. There's some PU leather mouse mats, which are like sewn ones, which I think look way better, that I think I'm going to get, but they are rectangular. You can't get them in circular. I don't think. I'm going to have to Google, but I think I'm going to do them on those because the print quality is a lot nicer. So that's a potential product for this autumn launch. But I'll show you some more autumn stuff probably Sunday, because I've obviously got my brother here tonight staying with me, so we'll probably just chill out after the stall. But on Sunday I will get some bits done before Natalie gets back. So I'll show you some more bits there that I've designed. I've designed some new stuff. I've redesigned some sticker sheets and stuff, but like I say, I'll get into that anyway. I'm going to have this coffee and then I'm going to get to the market. One last thing. Thank you, the lovely Jenny from Ouija Art Studio. She purchased one of my limited inkings framed, so I packaged that up as you saw as well. But if you do want to get your own, there's only 50 in total available, so they're very limited. Once they're gone, they're gone. They are A3 in size, a perfect print replica of my very large inking. They are numbered and signed, and they come with their own letter of authenticity. There's only 50 available. 10% of all proceeds go towards the Rainforest Trust UK's orangutan cause, the Bornean orangutans, beautiful, beautiful creatures. And if you'd like to help me, you'd like to help the orangutans, please hit me up over my website, www.lucylocksart.com, to purchase your own. Okay, back to the market. you're down this far because I'm going to do a bit of crafting. I make little felted mushrooms, little felted pumpkins and little felted Christmas pudding earrings, and it's something that I've done for a long time. However, they're really tedious to make because they're very little, they all have to be uniform, and so I wanted to kind of take a little bit of the variation out of it in terms of continuity, and I wanted them all to look as similar as possible, and also to speed up my making process because I do a lot of other things now and making those from scratch takes quite a while, so I wanted to speed that up. Therefore I wanted, in fact, let me show you them and then you can see why I've gone down this route. So in this box we have little felted mushroom earrings like that. We have little felted pumpkin earrings and little felted Christmas pudding earrings. So as you can see, they're all very spherical. They've got a very spherical nature to them, and that's kind of what I was hoping to monopolise on and use to my advantage. Therefore, I ordered some 100% wool balls. So I have already done a bit of experimenting, but these are going to be the little pumpkins. As you can see, they're a lot larger in size. However, when you add the thread on them, you can get them almost to the same size. They're a bit more uniform, they're way more dense, they feel better made, and they just look a lot better. So that's, don't mind that there's a brown on top. I was meant to put green on there, I forgot that they were meant to be green. So this is just a prototype, I'll wear these. But yeah, that is kind of what we're looking at. I'm trying to hold that so you can see it. So that's what we're looking at with that. I've done some experimenting with the mushrooms. This is kind of what I've got. As you can see, the top is way more bulbous, and it's just because this is a lot bigger, and when you squash it, you can't get it as flat as these. So I've been experimenting. I've got some more experimenting to do, but for the stalk there, I actually bought some 1mm balls to use as the stalk, which works really well. So we've still got a bit of experimenting to do with that. And then the little brown balls are actually perfect, just absolutely perfect for the Christmas pudding. So that's great. I've really managed to reduce some of the making of certain things there. I did, we do make mushroom keyrings as well. Not that one, not that one. We do make mushroom keyrings as well, which are obviously slightly larger in size in terms of the mushroom, the pumpkin. So we did buy some bigger balls for that. However, the listings were not as clear, and obviously the colour is very different. So I'm either gonna make these anyway and just update the listing, or I might get some brighter coloured balls. It depends what they've got. I'm not certain they have the brighter orange, so it might have to stick with these, but let me know if you'd be happy to buy them this colour rather than this brighter orange. Do let me know, and I may change the thread from this neon orange to a different orange just to make it all tie together. But that's what we're doing. I'm gonna just fiddle around with these and see what we can get up to, and then I'll catch up with you because I haven't updated you on how the stall went. So I thought I would update you before I end the vlog on how the market at the weekend went. So it was really good weather on the Saturday. We set up really quickly and everything was fine, and it was lovely weather. There was loads of people out. For some reason it was just a really browsy day. Not many people bought until kind of the end of the day when we made a couple of good sales. So the first day we sold £109, which sounds like a lot, and it was a lot, but the stall cost £51 for the whole weekend. We'd been stood there all day, we'd obviously bought food and things, so it's not much of a profit there. Then the second day, it was really overcast, it threatened rain all day, and it wasn't quite as busy as the first day. However, it was very slow. And then in the afternoon, I don't know what happened, but I had some people that were just so decisive. They just came up, they went, oh, I like this, grab, purchase, and I made some really big sales. So on the second day, we sold about £180 worth. So £80 markup from the day prior. So overall for the whole weekend we sold £304.50 worth, and then after stall costs that comes at £253.50 profit. So a really good weekend. But believe me, for that whole day on Saturday and most of the day Sunday, I really didn't think it was worth it for this market, but just at the end it really shot up. We sold 2 A3 prints, one unframed, one framed. We sold 2 A4 prints, we sold a couple of postcard prints, we sold a lot of cards, a lot of my beaded spiders. As I always say, they sell very, very well. A lot of cats and dogs keyring, so I need to restock a lot of those. Bookmarks, magnetic bookmarks, mugs, and pick and mix coasters. So a lot of things like that. It was a very odd weekend. I didn't think certain things would sell, and they did. I thought the Saturday would have been better than the Sunday considering the weather, but at the moment you can't really read these markets because of the cost of living for the whole year. And then this being holiday season, people have different priorities. They've got children to pay for the whole of their holidays, and then just summer holidays in general, the cost of that is quite high. So it's a very weird time. I'm just hoping as we move into the Christmas and the autumn and the winter months, we start to make more sales, and if I can have more weekends like that, it'd be fab. But yeah, a really good weekend. I'm really pleased with that. And on that note, I'm going to end this vlog here. I hope I've filmed enough. It's been a bit of an odd filming here and there. I've been in work and things, so it's not been as smooth and able to film as much as usual. So I hope you've enjoyed this vlog so far, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.